Hi, this is Amartya Smaran from Sakshi Post. Welcome to Sakshi Post Originals. Today we are at Nue Cafe, located in Jubilee Road number 92. You must be wondering what Nue means, right? The name has been borrowed from the French word Nue, which means bare, which means simple and minimalistic, to the point. And as you can see, the cafe does look minimalistic, and let's find out from the founder of the cafe what's so good about this place. Hi everyone, we are with the founder of Nue Cafe, Pravishta. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
You look very smart, man, and most of them don't know who you are in the city, right? Like you must be having your friends all over, but probably they don't know like you're the founder of Nue Cafe. So a little about yourself to our viewers. What do you have to say about
Definitely. I'm just getting started. So it's my first venture here in Hyderabad.
Okay.
And I'm really excited to be bringing this concept to Hyderabad of culinary exploration. Nue Cafe is all about bringing out the best in food, using some very unique flavor profiles and like combinations. And I think Hyderabad has lacked that so far. There's not a lot of places that have done this, except for a few fine dine places. Nue Cafe has really taken on this particular challenge, and I've always wanted to do things differently. I'm not somebody who does things the same old way.
Okay.
So for me, this is thank you. So yeah, this is just something different and something new that I wanted to bring for my city.
Okay, so like when did you first discover this entrepreneur side of you?
I think ever since I was a kid, really. Maybe when I was 6 or 7, that's when I knew what I wanted to be. I've always wanted to be a businessman,
Okay.
just like my father. And it's been running in my family for the last 3 or 4 generations. That they have been entrepreneurs doing various businesses, various trades. So it's nothing new to me, and I guess it runs in the blood.
Awesome, awesome. Like I had this question, like usually, when it comes to entrepreneurship or when you want to start a business, there's some pressure, right, from the family. I think you didn't have that.
There was certainly a little bit, because I wanted to start off when I was 17, which was very young,
Yeah.
and not want to go to college. But eventually, parents won that battle, and I was shipped off to college. But got back here, and I had the full support of the family, the full backup of my parents and everyone around me. And I could not have done this without them, especially my friends, who I consider to be just as important as my family. Without their support and without their presence here, I don't think I could have achieved any of this.
That's fantastic. Like it's very rare that people give credit to people who've been with you since the very beginning.
Of course.
It's nice that you're doing that.
Of course, at the end of the day, every successful man or woman, there's a whole team behind them who should not be forgotten.
And what was the inspiration behind starting Nue Cafe? And by the way, how do we pronounce this? I'm saying it new.
It's new.
It's new.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So like what was the inspiration behind starting this?
The inspiration was really to bring forth a concept, as I said earlier, of something different to Hyderabad, something very unique. We go across 3 spectra, that is inclusive dining, that everyone who walks in through my door has to have something for them, even if they have severe dietary restrictions, such as if they might be gluten intolerant, or if they're vegan or lactose intolerant. We have something for all of them, right from the starters to the desserts. There's something on the menu for them. And if you're looking to eat healthy, great, because we have options across the board for you. And in case you're looking for something different, you want to eat, a very unique dish, something that you will not find anywhere else, then this is the place to be. Our chefs are always developing new dishes, developing new products, and that is what we are known for today.
Okay. And like, let's say like I'm a first time and I've just entered the cafe. Like, what can I expect? Like, what's the perfect menu that you would suggest? Like, what's the perfect? What do you call it? What do I order?
I would say order one of everything.
One of everything.
Yeah, because everything's that good.
Okay, let's say I'm not on any diet. I've just come to like go all out. So like from start to finish, what would you suggest?
From start to finish, I would say start off with an open toast.
Okay.
My personal favorite is the red hummus pepper toast, which is my favorite throughout the menu. And then you can move on to having a salad. Our signature salad is a very unique creation. It has a black rice papad. That's not something that you will find anywhere else again. And if you
Everything sounds new, basically.
Yep. And then you come in with your friends, you can have our nachos, which are baked in-house. Everything here is made in-house. So all our dressings, all our condiments, everything is made from scratch in-house, prepared fresh daily, including our cheeses, by the way.
Okay,
And
awesome.
our breads are baked in-house in our bakery unit. And we have a very talented pastry chef from Oroville who heads our pastry unit. And you can see some of his unique creations in the desserts.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the mains, my favorite again is the salmon. It's not available throughout the year, unfortunately, because we only use fresh salmon. We don't want to use something that's been frozen for 6 months and then sent over.
Yeah.
So it's out of season, but come back again in October, November, and you can have our salmon fillet, which is, I assure you, the best across the city. And desserts, there's a wide selection. I would have my personal favorite again there is the sea salt caramel tart.
Yeah, I think I've had it not from here. I've tried it elsewhere. I really want to try it.
You should.
Yeah. Pravishta is going to pay for all of this. That's the reason I asked you that question. I had chicken bagel here. It was like really fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry when I entered, I asked you if this was a vegan cafe. I forgot the fact that I had chicken bagel.
That's perfectly all right. I think that's a bit of a hangover from the place that was here previously, Alive Cafe.
Yeah.
So they were a vegan, health-conscious cafe, and we are not. We are just occupying the same space as them. They did some great work, some very unique work, and I think we have rightfully succeeded them in bringing something new to Hyderabad and something very unique, just like they did. So it is okay that you've confused us for a healthy and vegan cafe because that was the space previously.
But quite certainly I feel you are I feel you are doing your bit when it comes to protecting the environment, because I did not spot a single plastic item here, and I think you paid a great attention to like what you've chosen, the furniture, and the plants also, like all of them are real. So is it something that you've always had in your mind in terms of keeping things sustainable?
Definitely. So as a family, we run over 3 businesses, and sustainability is at the core of every one of them. One of my first projects when I came out of college was to oversee my family's FMCG business. And the first thing I did was get rid of plastic. We went with all glass packaging, even though it increased our cost logistically as well as in terms of our price positioning. But customers really appreciated it. Our sales went up over time because of that. I think sustainability, it should be at the core of every business today. And at the outset, when we started Nue Cafe, we knew that we were not going to compromise on anything. We're going to use the most environmentally friendly materials throughout, and we're going to try to reduce our carbon footprint as much as possible.
That's amazing. And off late, you started your new bakery menu. Would you want to talk about that a bit?
Definitely. So as I said, we have a very talented pastry chef from Oroville.
I'd love to talk to your chef.
Sure thing, we'll arrange that as well. So he has been coming up with some very unique creations with a lot of focus on the ingredients. A lot of other bakeries that you see out there compromise on the quality of their ingredients, compromise on the quality of their equipment, whereas we do not do that. We use the best of everything out there to give you the finest experience possible when it comes to our desserts. And not just our desserts, even our food.
Yes.
That is at the core of our ethos as a brand. And we started off Nue Bakery in order to give people access to some very unique creations. Everybody's bored of the same old tiramisus, the cheesecakes, and your regular fare. Without taking any names, of course. These offerings are just cycled throughout the year, and they're offered across 7 or 8 locations. But with Nue, what we want to do is we want to create something different. When a customer walks in through the door and takes a look at our display, they will not find the same product mix that they did the last time. For instance, on Sunday, we had a very unique creation, that is the jamun cinnamon roll. I don't think anybody in Hyderabad has done something like that before, and I don't think anybody will do it either, because it needs a certain chutzpah and a certain level of creative thinking to be able to come up with things like this, which again is what we are fostering through this space and this brand. My consultant chefs, my pastry chefs, everybody is under 25.
All right.
So I want to give them the headroom to create and grow. That is very important to us as a brand.
That's when people thrive, right? Like when you let them be themselves. I think that's very important, and it's amazing that you are doing that. So, Pravishta, let's talk about you now. Enough about the cafe.
Sure thing.
What motivates you in life? Because you're pretty young, as we can see. You always were sure of what you wanted to become, unlike so many people in this world. So what motivates you?
What gets me out of bed every day is the thought of making my businesses better and bigger at the end of the day. I have a very clearly defined goal of where I want to be in life 20 years from now, and I know that I want to get there by hook or crook.
Okay.
So that's what motivates me in life.
Well, so like where do we see you in 20 years? Like, could you reveal it?
We'll talk about it in 20 years.
20 years? That's nice. And is there one situation in life where you've hit the rock bottom and that flipped your perspective?
Definitely. I think everybody has ups and downs, you know. Nobody is ever always on the up. So I've had situations where I felt like there's no coming back from this. But there's always a way out. I don't think people should ever feel like they're cornered into a situation they can't come out of. That is simply not true. One instance I would say is when I was in the US studying. My parents kept a very strict budget for me.
Alright.
So money was always very tight, right? And
probably you were not someone who were used to like having those limits.
Never. Up until that point, never.
Yeah.
So I was in the US, money was very tight, and in fact, buying food was a challenge at one point.
Okay.
Felt like this is rock bottom. I don't think I can come out of this.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, you have to figure out a way to hustle and find your way out of that territory. You know, it's all about your mindset. One quote that I really believe in is everything can be taken away from you except your mindset. That nobody can take from you.
And no one is gonna come and help you out. You should be there for yourself.
Yeah.
Nice. We are connecting on a philosophical level.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Because the second you lose your mindset, I think you've lost the game.
Right.
Yep.
And what about insecurity? I think you must have been through quite a bit of that.
Day in, day out, everybody has their insecurities, everybody
Yes.
feels like they have their shortcomings, but I subscribe to the philosophy of continuous improvement and development. So if I feel like I am lacking something that I feel needs improvement, rectification, then I work towards it. If you feel like this is a problem I cannot overcome, then how are you going to ever correct it?
Yeah.
If you feel like you have an insecurity, then plug that insecurity.
So you're not someone who's gonna escape it. You are going to face it, and you're someone who goes
Yeah,
like,
no matter what.
is.
Yeah, no matter what.
So Pravishta, like you look like someone who's sorted in life. I can see that. So what's your routine like? How are you so sorted? Because there's certain calmness that reflects, and I think even the cafe is synonymous with who you are and like how you think, right? So a little about that.
So I wouldn't say I'm fully sorted. Just like everybody else, there are shortcomings, there are areas of challenges at the end of the day. But yeah, it comes down to having a healthy and a good routine. That is very, very important if you want to be a business person. It is because you have to lead by example and you have to keep doing certain things day in, day out. When a customer walks in through the door, I have to deliver the same experience again and again. Without a good routine, I can't deliver that. And my day usually starts off at around 6 a.m. I start with some light exercise, just review my reports from Sri Lanka where my family has one business and I oversee that part, and then come down to the cafe. I like to interact with my staff early in the morning. When you walked in, I was training somebody to do a pour over.
Training one of those people, and it's very rare that you get to see something like that.
Yeah, because you have to make sure that all your staff are at the level that you expect them to be. If I was a customer here, I would expect a certain standard.
Yes.
So I'm making sure that my staff are able to deliver my standard to my customers. So I want to train each and every one of them individually and personally and give that attention to detail.
Okay. Looks like you are going to like stretch far beyond Nue Cafe. So like what plans for future? Like are you going to like have Nue Cafe in another location or something, or are you planning to start something big?
When we started off Nue Cafe, our vision was very big, and today my partner Aditya and I, both of us, certainly want to take that direction. We are setting up a second brand as well, which is all about specialty coffee.
Awesome.
I'm not allowed to talk too much about it. But yeah, the real brainchild behind the whole business today, I would say, is Aditya, to be very honest. I'm the guy who oversees the day-to-day, the operations, but the creative genius behind the whole thing would be Aditya. And yeah, both of us together have this huge vision for Nue Cafe to expand into multiple cities and bring the same experience to multiple cities across India.
All right. And who was your inspiration when it comes to entrepreneurship? Like there must be like 2 or 3 people in your life.
Definitely, I really am inspired by the Tatas.
I guessed. I had that in my mind.
They have been a huge influence on the way that I carry and conduct business ever since I was in high school. Just reading about their approach to business, the way that they treat their people, the way that they interact with the society and every element of the economy around them is just very inspiring. And I think every business has a certain responsibility towards the community, which needs to be fulfilled.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And to end it off with, I know you are young, but you know, if we have to compare, compare is not the word which I want to use, but for the lack of words, I'm using that. What would you like to tell the younger generation? Like
I am the younger generation.
I know, I get it. But people who are 16 and you know, you wanted to start something when you were 17, right? And you had all the guidance. There are people who are not as fortunate as you were. So to them, what would you like to tell?
My advice would be just, you know, keep your head down, keep working hard, and success will eventually find you.
Awesome. And that's your success mantra?
I would like to say so, definitely. We work really hard day in, day out in order to keep up the standard of service in this business and also every other business that we are involved in.
Okay.
So that's definitely our mantra.
Alright. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great interview, and Pravishta has been more than kind to us. And let's hope he achieves everything in life. And I really wish you well, man.
Thank you so much.
It's been great talking to you.
It's been great talking to you too.
Hi everyone, we are with Vidhi. She's the consultant chef. I got it right. Yeah. So the best part about Nue Cafe is that every 3 months they keep revising their menu, and every 1 month they revise their bakery menu. So let's talk about that and what's the whole concept behind revising your menu.
Surely. So the thing is that the crowd that we expect here are somebody who keep visiting us like frequently. So we don't want them to get bored with our menu, eating the same thing again and again. So what we try to do is come up with like cool new combinations of food and cuisines so that you know they get a variety of like everything that's happening around the world in this cafe. So currently we're working on certain dishes. Like we're coming up with new Buddha bowls that are Thai flavored, and then we're coming up with a new Japanese dish, which is all vegan by the way. So you know it's a fun way to like for people to interact with like different parts of world through food.
So is there any new cuisine that you haven't touched yet? Any
Well, actually not really. There are a lot of variety that we offer. Like there's like Korean stuff. Like I said, we're coming up with Japanese menus. We're coming up with like Thai Buddha bowls. So we're trying to cover up all the bases. And we also have pastas and stuff that we made, like we make in our house. So there's also a bit of Italian there. I think mostly French is something that we are lacking behind, but I think we'll come up something with that also. We'll make some French onion soup or something.
So guys, look out for it. French cuisine. French. How couldn't you? Why didn't you like try French yet? Like you borrowed your name from a French word and stuff.
I know, right? I think that's something we need to up our game with. But yeah, definitely. Like we try to cover everything and we try to give the best of what we can. So yeah, French maybe next time.
Recently, they've started their bakery menu. So a little about that. What can we expect?
Well, our bakery menu is very creative. If you can see, like we try to come up with new combinations. Recently, only we came up with a kala khatta cinnamon roll, which got sold out in a day, which was really great. So we come up with like these cool combinations that have just a bit of like nostalgic feelings to it, so that you know people can relate to what they're eating. So yeah, we also have like mojito shoe buns. So it's basically like a dessert. Yeah, so it's like a dessert. You eat it and you feel like you're drinking a mojito. which is pretty cool. So yeah, you definitely should. It's really great.
All right, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much, Vidhi, for spending some time. That's about it.